Guys, welcome back to the channel for another video. Now this is a video that I was probably expecting to make towards the sort of back end of last season coming into this season, and this is the time where obviously I'm going to make it. As we know, or as you will know by the title and the thumbnail, it is about Scot Bennett leaving Newport County after 8 years as a Newport County player. Obviously, we knew Michael Flynn went to Cheltenham not so long ago, and then when Bennett confirmed he was leaving, it was sort of obvious that he was going to go to Cheltenham with Michael Flynn. So we'll read the article that Cheltenham Town have put out on their website, and then we will sort of give my thoughts on it. But this is a big sort of sale, but not sale because it's expiration of his contract, but you know, a big player to leave. I did a video on Sam Bowen. I don't know why that video got deleted. I didn't make a video on James Waite. He's gone to Western-super-Mare, but I'm going to do this video now, and then any players that leave Newport County or come in, I will be doing a video on it. So Scot Bennett signs for the Robins. Cheltenham Town are delighted to announce the signing of defender and midfielder Scot Bennett upon the expiry of his contract at Newport County. Bennett joins the Robins, having turned down a new deal with the Exiles this summer, a club he has spent the last 8 seasons with. The 33-year-old reunites with Robins manager Michael Flynn, who he played under during a long period of his time at Rodney Braid. A defender with a wealth of experience, Scot came through the ranks at Exeter City before breaking into the first team, taking the captain's armband towards the end of his time at St James's Park. He arrived permanently at Newport at the beginning of the 16-17 season and was part of their memorable escape from relegation under Flynn that season. Departing safe Wales with over 350 appearances to his name, Bennett brings leadership and quality to our squad ahead of the 2024-2025 season. Welcome to Cheltenham, Scot. So in terms of the article, they've not really sort of gave much detail about the type of player Bennett is, or thoughts from him or thoughts from Flynn upon the signing. But if there are any Cheltenham Town fans watching this, I will basically give you what Scot Bennett is. Now, Scot Bennett's not the athletic defensive midfielder that some teams, you know, want in their team. He's not going to be running for 90 minutes at full speed, you know, chasing balls down and stuff like that. But he'll sit in front of the defence if he is played in that role. He can play as a centre-back as well, but I think his best attributes are as a central defensive midfielder in front of a established, you know, defence and behind an established midfield that he can receive the ball and give it to the more creative players on the pitch at the time. He can also score goals. You know, he scored quite a few goals for Newport, get a few assists as well, but he's not going to be one of those central defensive midfielders that, you know, racks up goals and assists. He will be that player that at the end of the season, you'll be like, he was steady. He was a steady signing, because you'll just sit in front of the back four, as I mentioned, and sort of dictate the midfield from there. So he will receive the ball off the defence. He will then give it into the more sort of creative players, or the players that have got more ability on the ball in terms of their technical ability. But like I said, it's a good move for him. It's a good move for the club, because obviously Michael Flynn used to manage him at Newport, so he's already got that relationship. He's already got that bond with Scot Bennett to start off with. What do I feel about it? Obviously, people slate Scot Bennett all season and have done. I'm not one of his biggest fans in terms of, do I think he's amazing? I think what he does at his job, he's very good at. And I think it will be a loss for us more for the experience factor than the quality. Don't get me wrong. When he has a good performance and a very good performance as that, he does, you know, play really well for us and has played really well for us. But I think one thing we'll miss more from losing Scot Bennett is that experience, that reliability, the responsibility in the midfield when he's got the ball. If he loses it, he's happy enough to, you know, put his hands up and say, you know, that was my fault, and he's happy enough to, you know, criticise himself when he's playing bad and he knows he's playing bad. But like I said, Scot Bennett leaves Newport County after 8 years at the club, joins League 2 rivals Cheltenham Town. Let me know your thoughts on this, Newport fans. Also, Cheltenham fans, let me know your thoughts on this transfer. Are you happy? Do you think Scot Bennett is the right decision or the right signing for you? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you for everything, Scot, and as always, up the county.